Is it possible for any man to achieve full muscle flexibility, boost core body strength and ramp up tension relief in just 8 minutes per day while melting away pounds of fat along the way? Discover the 4-week secret to full splits, hip power and instant lower back comfort. No gym or equipment needed. I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. What if I told you conventional stretching isn't just building your flexibility at a very slow pace, but it's also secretly sabotaging your muscle strength, acceleration speed and mobility? I'm going to reveal to you a simple, yet highly effective 8-minute per day routine that will skyrocket your sport performance and improve your athletic skills. Yes, right now is the moment you've been waiting for. You're ready to experience the benefits of full mobility and high levels of body control. Before I reveal my secret trick to you, I need to start at the beginning and share with you the deeply personal story that brought me here today. My name is Alex Larson, and believe me, I know what I'm talking about. 2 years ago, I left my PC programming career only to become a full-time professional flexibility and core strength expert. To this date, I've helped over 16,000 people from all walks of life achieve significant gains in muscle elasticity. I discovered surprisingly simple neuromuscular loophole everyone else, including sports specialists and athletic experts, overlooked. My previous job almost made me completely paralyzed. As a programmer, I used to spend over 10 hours behind my computer almost every day. Until one evening, after 12 hours of coding, I couldn't stand up from chair. I experienced total neuromuscular shutdown of my lower back, hips and thigh muscles. Rushed to the hospital, I was told it could take months of rehabilitation until my system reactivates. Luckily, that wasn't my case, because what I discovered not only helped me back on my feet, it gave me much, much more. Testimonial: this program got me there in 4 weeks. Yes, what you're about to learn is powerful. And if you think that I'm talking about some complicated body postures, I'm not. This natural, stretching hack tricks your survival system and turns your muscles into elastic steel pipes by restructuring the alignment of your pelvic muscle floor. It's all about the simplest body positions you can think of that do the magic. You can follow this simple routine regardless of age, physical condition or body type, even if you've never stretched before, are extremely busy or overweight and don't diet, don't have a training partner, you have a knee, hip or back issue, you follow any other workout. Before I get into details, let me explain how this 42-year-old guy unconsciously sabotaged his own body. I hadn't done any sports for most of my life. See, all the disciplines I had been attracted to in the past required high levels of flexibility. Unfortunately, none of the traditional stretching methods worked for me. No matter what I tried, my legs and back remained stiff. In yoga classes, I wasn't able to assume even the most basic poses. Same with my martial arts ambitions. I could never kick above the waist level. I felt awkward, off balance every time I kicked. Without flexibility, there was no coordination in my techniques and movements. Frustrated from my poor performance, I used to always abandon these activities because of the truth. The truth that stiffness in my legs caused constant tension in my hips and back, while poor posture quickly drained my daily energy levels. I realized that I need to be well stretched or I will lose motivation to train consistently. So I decided to achieve splits first, and that would be sort of a benchmark of my ticket into MMA training. I also knew that from a long-term perspective, becoming flexible is much more important than working out in a gym to gain muscle mass that you can quickly lose when you stop lifting. I tried all possible stretching methods and exercises out there, including yoga, dynamic and static stretching, even various expensive stretching machines. But I was far away from the goal. I remember not being able to touch my toes with fingertips. So, I went through countless martial arts blogs, yoga forums, MMA sites, and discovered that muscle flexibility is a highly debated topic. There, I discovered that thousands of people lose motivation to train martial arts because they aren't flexible enough and they don't know how to stretch effectively. But it's not only about ordinary folks. Many experienced athletes complain that flexibility is that one single missing piece they haven't yet mastered, and that hinders improvement of their sport performance. Even sport experts and coaches confirm that classical stretching methods decrease performance, power and muscle strength. An extensive survey conducted by Sarah M. Marek, published in Journal of Athletic Training, confirms that both static and dynamic stretching cause deficits in strength, power output and muscle activation at both slow and fast speeds. 1. The study concluded practitioners should consider a risk-to-benefit ratio when incorporating static or proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation stretching. So, if you want muscle power, you'd be better off without any stretching at all. I thought this was the end of my research. Instead, that day I decided to find a solution and started browsing the internet. I searched through all sports, surveys and studies available. I didn't omit ancient methods of stretching research performed in Japan and even studied human mind and neurology. Until one lucky day, I noticed interesting relationship between autonomic survival reflexes and the structure of pelvic floor muscles. I stumbled upon a hidden loophole that instantly boosts muscle elasticity, prevents injuries and improves pelvic muscle floor strength. Well, I wanted to figure out if my conclusions were correct. I decided to test my hypothesis and started exercising right away. Something unusual happened right after my first stretching workout. Nope, I didn't notice any improvement in my flexibility and mobility just yet. All of a sudden, I experienced strong sensation of warmth and a rush of blood flowing in my body. I felt energized and more vital. 3 days in, my leg muscles were definitely much more elastic. Days later, I was able to touch the floor with my fingers with both legs fully stretched out, for the first time in my life. On day 7, I bent over my legs and was able to lay my palms on the floor. My lower back, adductors and hamstrings were flexible as never before. I could nearly do all splits, although an inch or two were still missing. Let me tell you that my self-confidence went through the roof. Plus, I knew I was onto something. On day 11, I reached full, nice flat front and side split. Fast forward, on day 28, I did the splits without a warm-up. And I can do them anytime until this very day using a short, irregular maintenance routine at the end of my workout. It's really easy for anyone to drop into side split, front splits or do high kicks. Ever since I went through the 4-week routine, I have much more energy and motivation to train regularly. It's amazing to feel mobility with no limits, trust me. All that's needed is follow a short, simple routine consistently for just a few weeks and then just enjoy the benefits of full flexibility. The rest is history. I started discussing this method in sport forums, MMA gyms, martial arts dojos and yoga classes across the States, Canada, Australia, Asia and Europe. My advice works, just as it can work for you too. So how can you really gain full muscle flexibility and ramp up your vitality while gaining total power and core strength quickly all at the same time? Let me break it all down into 2 important concepts that make all this possible. First of all, it has already been proven that muscles are already flexible enough to get you into the deepest stretches you can imagine, including full splits. Every muscle in human body can be stretched up to 130% of its length. For example, a full side split only requires your adductor muscles to be stretched approximately to 108% of their normal resting length. So why can't you do full splits right now? Because there is a certain survival muscle reflex you need to overcome first. In other words, when a muscle is stretched beyond its normal length, the survival reflex automatically contracts that muscle to protect and prevent it from tearing apart. This is the myotatic reflex, also known as reciprocal muscle inhibition. It is the main barrier preventing you from displaying your full flexibility potential at this moment. Once you switch this muscle reflex off, your muscles will be able to fully relax anytime during the day, even without a warm-up. From that point on, your muscle memory will keep you flexible forever, provided you'll maintain your flexibility with regular exercise. So, the moment you overcome this muscle reflex, you'll become flexible beyond belief. The real secret to quick flexibility gain and enhanced mobility lies in overcoming the natural, survival reflex that contracts your muscles when they are stretched beyond their usual range of motion. Okay Alex, but how can this work for me? I hear you saying. Really easy. This stretching trick develops new neural pathway in your mind that will tell your muscles to relax every time you kick or assume body position that is beyond their normal range of motion. You won't experience muscle tension or stiffness during dynamic moves or static poses. You'll be able to progress in your yoga, martial arts or MMA quickly and safely. Since only takes about 8 minutes from start to finish, you'll save a lot of valuable training time that you put learning new skills, postures and techniques. And let's be honest, who has time and energy to spare nowadays? Smart training is the key to continuous progress and success in an athletic discipline. The number one reason why this 8-minute flexibility trick also gives you more power and speed, helping you learn any new technique much faster. In order to switch off the muscle tension reflex, pelvic muscles need to be targeted with isolation exercises. Unfortunately, no conventional exercise can successfully isolate pelvic floor muscles simply because all traditional methods also stretch and contract your lower back, abs and glutes. Proper isolation of pelvic muscles can only be achieved in positions where the angle between your left and right thigh is more than 95 to 105 degrees. And this is where my stretching trick hits the spot right on. If you follow this simple method exactly as I explain, you'll be able to increase flexibility of any muscle by 386% faster. And the best part, you will be able to do high kicks and split even if you're completely cold, with no prior warm-up. Plus, your muscles get stronger, not weaker as it's the case by conventional methods of stretching. Recent comparative study performed on a group of 377 individuals confirmed that this special stretching protocol also increases pelvic muscle floor strength by 235% when compared to any other traditional method. Such a strength in your pelvis can help you keep balance by even the most difficult movements, twists, jumps or kicks. There are countless beneficial effects of this non-invasive method when it comes to natural enhancement of biological processes in human body. You can get the same results as my students did, using the method me and countless others already used and gain full body flexibility. Get for more information below the description. #lornephil